Hi guys, the merge has happened and we can see what's happening to ETH. Like I told you, the merge is going to come and go, and that doesn't mean you should jump or FOMO into buying ETH. We can see ETH dropping how many percentage below 1005 immediately after the merge. And like I told you, you don't need to just buy all this false or news going around saying the merge, after the merge we're going to 10,000, we're going to 100,000. Crypto doesn't work like that. Trading does not work like that. But the merge has happened, it was successful, and it's a milestone in crypto world, and we believe we're gonna see the impact in the nearest future, talking about 3 months, 6 months to come. But for now, let's take a look at what's going on in the market and let's know how this has been affecting the chart. Welcome to Crypto 101. My name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, and this is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it, where we bring the juicy news, where we give you all what you need to know about the trading, about crypto space, and about investment in general. But before I proceed, if you've not subscribed to the channel, you need to do that right now. And you can see, you can go right here, subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get the information we're passing through immediately we drop it for you guys. Alright, without no wasting time, let's check out the chart first before we dive into what is making headlines. Excuse me. You can now see we're having the ETH trading below 1,500 even after the merge, the most anticipated event in crypto space for over 5 years now. They've been building the Beacon network. After they're done with that, they've been trying to do the merge, and now the merge finally happened. And now what's the impact? We've dropped a video about that, or we're going to drop a video about that. But what's the impact? You just need to understand that the merge is just a movement from proof of work to proof of stake. Having a lot of machine or nodes validating transactions to now having you and I, or exchanges that can stake their ETH up to 35 ETH or minimum of 35 ETH, be able to validate the transaction. And now when you look at the chart, you can see immediately after the merge, we saw this deep down into this point. What is going to happen? Stick to the show, and we're going to check out what is going to happen to ETH in the nearest future, or what is going to happen in BTC trading, and a whole lot of more in the crypto space. So without wasting time, let's check what's going on in the news. And now we can see hours after the merge happened, this government are already even telling ETH and now saying the same regulations that are enough, or how am I going to put it, that they use in regulating the securities, talking about the forex trading and all of that, should be applicable to the Ethereum staking as well. And you know, I said it, this ETH staking might now turn Ethereum to a little bit more too much centralized, if you may ask me, because now we now have exchanges that they have the higher numbers of this to stake it, and they can be the only one validating, and that could bring kind of regulation or easy way to track transaction going on. Because as we all know, these exchanges, what they have is they have this what we call KYC, where they do know your customers and they can track everyone's wallet on their exchange. So I believe moving to proof of stake with this ETH is becoming too much centralized, and that's why we're seeing the SEC signals extra scrutiny for proof of stake cryptocurrency, you understand. And we're going to see more of this coming up in the nearest future, because last week I spoke about Fidelity trying to allow people to stake their ETH. We saw Bank of America saying we're going to see more institutions coming into the crypto world because of the ETH merge and stuff like that. So you can see According to the Wall Street Journal, Gensler said that the proof of stake blockchain will generate new coins for investors who put their holdings stake on investment contract like attribute that could bring them under his agency preview. He said he wasn't talking about specific coin according. So you see, I believe we're going to see much of blows coming for this ETH staking. So you need to be careful, and you just need to open your eyes and do your own research before you do anything. And right now, speaking about authorities, we can see Thailand already coming out to ban crypto firms from offering staking and lending. You get what I'm trying to say? Just some hours after we have the most successful event in the crypto world, we're just seeing government coming up saying they don't want this, or they need to scrutinize this, or they need to check this out. And now Thailand is trying to ban crypto firm, not banning crypto, but they want to ban crypto companies from offering lending and staking. So if you may ask me, what's not the essence of, shouting or all of us being happy about the merge? You understand? If we're now seeing lawmakers coming at it and want to just bring some dent onto what it's happening. And we can also see that big fame dominate post-merge Ethereum validation. Like I said, we saw Binance, Lido, I think Coinbase dominating the Ethereum merge after for the validation after the merge. And that's what I don't like, because now you can only stake your money with the exchange, and they will now use your money to stake away on the block and be making more money. But though you'll be giving out some percentage and stuff like that, but to me it's becoming more centralized, because these companies, the top 7 companies that are now shown on the blockchain that are validating these transactions, they are centralized exchanges. And we can see from there it could bring a lot of what am I going to call it? It could bring a lot of centralized stuff into ETH. And is that going to affect ETH, or is that going to make it more better? We'll see in the nearest future. Also, speaking about the authority, we can see that proof of stake could become securities. Yes, I said about that. Also, now we need to check. Let's check out what's happening in the. Okay, TATSE forbid local crypto firm from offering. I've said that we're now seeing them coming out, and we're still going to see more of this. You need to be careful. We are going to see more of this, because now they now believe, as we all know, ETH is the second largest cryptocurrency in the crypto space, and now that is offering people to stake their staking their ETH. Regulators will come in and say, okay, we need to look out for investors, we need to protect them. What are the things you're putting in place that if they stake their money is not going to cause a problem, or they lose their investment? Another news on the line is we now have scam impersonating Vitalik Buterin amid the merge. And you need to know that I told you, anytime anything is happening in the crypto space, we always have these people coming up to just want to use it as a way to defraud you, or to make you lose your investment. And that's why you need to be very careful when big news is happening in the crypto world, because we're going to see a lot of people jumping on different things and just trying to pass you false information. So you just need to subscribe to a channel like this. If you've not subscribed, subscribe right now. Like and share, so we can always clarify the information for you, so you are not misinformed, and the noise, the bubbles in the crypto space don't get you carried away, so you don't lose your money in the market. So that's that about impersonating. And also we saw ETH collapse below 1,005 following the merge. I said it, because the merge was going to happen doesn't mean you think the ETH would grow up to $10,000. Yes, it might go there in the nearest future, but it's not just going to happen immediately, because you should know it's transition from proof of work to proof of stake. And now a lot of things need to happen. Investors need to check if proof of stake is going to pay them, or the proof of work is better, because we can see Ravecoin appreciating. Why? Because Ravecoin does the same thing as Bitcoin and ETH, which is Ethereum. And now we can see miners jump into Ravecoin because they believe in the proof of work. But the proof of stake is a big thing, is a good thing, because it's going to help the greenhouse emission, talking about the environmental impact. It's going to help us a lot. So we're going to have all these, a lot of machine that needs to be validating transaction reduced to almost nothing, at least 99%. And also we need to check out what's going on in the news talking about NFT. And now we can see Bored Ape Yacht is coming up with something great. And ask me, what's that? They're trying to, Bored Ape Yacht is when you own a token, you own a yacht in the excuse me, in the metaverse. But now they are bringing it to the real world, whereby if you have a Bored Ape Yacht, you can lease or rent a yacht in the real world and enjoy your life. You understand? And they want to make it available all over the world as far as you're holding the NFT. And I think that's a nice idea, and it's a nice step talking about NFT. Is that going to make Bored Ape skyrocket? Is it going to make it more interested to a lot of people to now say, oh, I think I like to have this lifestyle, I like to have this good life on the yacht, oh, with that let me get one Bored Ape yacht. We're gonna see in the next future, but to me I think it's a good time. We can all see CryptoPunk, Bored Ape yacht, Doodles, all those NFTs, they've been doing wonderful well until we saw the market crash in May and later more in around June or so. So you just need to watch out. And if you want to buy, I told you, always wait till all this thing drop down before you buy. Not financial advice, do your own research, but I'm just telling you what we've studied or what we research, and we're bringing it to you here. So that's about Bored Ape Yacht. And speaking of NFT, JP Morgan has come out to say China metaverse related economy could reach $4 trillion. That's a lot of money. You understand? $4 trillion. They say the China metaverse economy could reach $4 trillion. And we all know what metaverse is: a virtual reality whereby you can buy land, you can hold concerts, you can even start your own business on it, selling sneakers and stuff like that, because you need to it's like a virtual kind of you in a virtual world, and you need to dress well, you need to go out and have fun with other people, meet people, have meetings. Even you can even open businesses on the metaverse. So now they're saying China has been doing the most when it comes to that, and the market could reach about $4 trillion. And I think that's impressive. You see, the digital world will offer an improved user experience across various internet business models and could lead to increased users penetration and average revenue per user. You understand? And we can see the metaverse could digitalize everything in the long term, the bank said. It estimates $4 trillion total addressable market for the metaverse in China from converting offline consumption across physical goods and services. So we just need to watch out, because there's news come out, but at the same time, all these things are not just easy to come into pass. It's going to take time it to happen, but it's going to take time. So you need to do your own research, and you need to know what project is good for you before you put your money on any. Like I always tell you. And let's check another news making headline. FTX in the lead to buy crypto lend Voyager digital asset out of bankruptcy. We know Voyager has been facing a lot of problems, just like the Terra Luna, just like the Celsius, and so many other cryptocurrency companies. That's why I've always been preaching to you on this channel that before you get into cryptocurrency trading, or before you get into any project at all relating to blockchain, you need to do your own research, because we've seen quite a few number of good companies that are doing well, and all of a sudden we saw them collapse, and the token went to zero. The company declared bankruptcy. You don't want your money to just go down the drain, so you need to do your own research, or subscribe to a channel like this where we bring the information and clarify the noise or whatever that is going on in the market, so you can have a clear picture of how and what to do exactly when you want to invest, trade, or get into cryptocurrency. cryptocurrency space. And we can now see FTX in the lead. I think some weeks ago they said they don't want to buy. Maybe they're not interested in still saving the company by buying out the asset out of bankruptcy. So we're going to see more of that in the nearest future. And we can now see Ethereum miners are quickly dying less than 24 hours after the merge. Why? Because most of them are used to the proof of work, in which they have this so big, gigantic, small pieces of computer, we call it nodes, put together to process all the transactions going on the blockchain, you understand, and they've been rewarded for that. And now the merge has happened, Ethereum has moved to proof of stake. Now they're looking for a way they can still continue using these tools to functioning, and that's why they say they're going to launch their own proof of work on the mainnet, which will now become ETH, that's Ethereum wrap, so they can still continue mining on the Ethereum ecosystem. And I think that's wonderful. So let's check another news making headline. We can see 1 year of Bitcoin in El Salvador, the bad, the good, and the ugly. We all know El Salvador has been accumulating a lot of Bitcoin since I think 1 year ago, and according to the president, he said that has helped the company, has helped the economy to grow to some point. But the American empire in the 20th century can be far behind the ranking, especially when it comes to the action of Central America. And this month marks 1 year anniversary of the much more recent independence struggle. El Salvador's effort to decouple its economy from US dollar by recognizing dollar, which is BTC, as legal tender, and encouraging nationwide adoption of cryptocurrency. You know, since they've done that, we've been waiting for more countries to adopt this as legal tender, and we're going to see more of that to come up in the nearest future. And speaking about Duquan, we know Duquan is still been an issue of warrant of arrest have been issued, that whenever it comes into the country, you need to submit himself to the police. And now South Korea looks to invalidate his passport. You understand, this guy is facing a lot. But if you may ask me, Luna, is it a scam? Is it just bad management? We just need to get to know after this investigation have been done, because we saw the Terra crash from 116 or 126 or 120 there about to zero. You know, and also now they now rebranded it to become Luna, and the old one becomes Luna Classic, and we saw that one to surge. And I told you, don't get into it, because that is not acceptable. And second day or the third day, we saw it crash down immediately. So you can see why this channel is so valuable, so important for you, because we do the research, we look at what's going on in the crypto, and we come here to give you the information so you can get to understand what is going on in the crypto space, in the trading world as a whole, or even talking about investment. And speaking of that, if you want to know how to do all this we're talking about on the show, you can be part of it, and it's not late. You can go to www.instacashfx.com and register for free training. Register for free training. You'll be called in batches, and you're going to receive free training, and you know how to trade, you know how to invest in the market. You're going to know what NFT is all about. You're going to know what metaverse is all about. You're going to know what the crypto space or whatever that is happening in the crypto world is all about. So go there now and be part of the greatness that is happening. So with that being said, I think that's the news we have for you today. Let's check out what's happening in the fundamental news world, where we talk about the macro economy, what really shake the economy, how they're battling with information, how the unemployment rate is increasing, how the unemployment claim is decreasing, and how many more of things of that affecting the macro economy. And we can see right here today, we're just going to be waiting to see the final CPI year to year from Europe, and also we'll be waiting to see the prelim UOM consumption, consumer sentiment, and also we're going to be waiting to see the inflation expectations. All this in some time move the market, but like I told you, it's just to blame it on something, because the chart is going to tell you what's going on in the market. So that's just what we have today. Till next week, where we're going to be looking at monetary policy, another CPI. We saw what happened. The last CPI BTC dropped dramatically because it was more than what people were expecting, and the investor couldn't hold that. And we're going to be seeing FOMC next week. Next week is very, very important, and you need to stick to the show because we'll be bringing everything to you direct on your view, and you can have the full information. All right, without wasting time, let's check how the market has been performing since the merge. And we can see since the merge, crypto market cap is now below 1 trillion. So it's trading about 963 billion as I'm speaking to you right now, and also about $80 billion in the last 24 hours. And we can now see BTC dominance dropping to 39.4, and ETH dominance even dropped more. I don't know if you're surprised. ETH dominance dropped more after the merge, because ETH dominance before the merge was 19.9, almost 20%. Immediately after the merge, now we can see ETH dominance dropped to 18.7 percent. And that's what I'm telling you. The merge is coming. The merge is coming. It has come. It has arrived. It has happened. But what's going on? ETH is dropping. But is it going to appreciate in the nearest future? Is it going to be a better thing for the crypto world? We are still going to unfold that on this channel. So you need to subscribe, like, and share. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all this juicy, valuable, and good information we're passing across on this beautiful show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show. And now, without wasting time, let's take a look at what is happening with Bitcoin. We can see BTC is now trading below 20,000 and it's trading at 19,790, and it has now dropped about 3.7% in the last 7 days and about 1.72% in the last 24 hours. Also, talking about the merge guy, which is the ETH, the Ethereum, we can now see ETH is trading below 1,005, trading at $1,474 precisely as I'm talking to you right now, and it has dropped about 13.57% in the last 7 days. We're now seeing 8.2% in the last 24 hours, and we can see other coins also dropping along because the two most gigantic whatever in the market are falling. So we saw other one falling, and we can see Solana dropping about 6.6% in the last 7 days. We can see Dogecoin 5.1% in the last 7 days. We can see Polygon has dropped about 2.47% in the last 24 hours. And now let's quickly check the coins on the 100 like we always do, so you can have the idea of coins that are moving into top 100 and coins that are dropping below top 100. Now we can see AR moving on to 101. We can see XDC on 103 and ANKR still dropping on 105, you may ask me. And let me see Cardano. Cardano just keep dropping down. Cardano is now on 111, and Gemini dollar is sitting on 112, and we can see some of them has dropped about 11% in the last 7 days. We can see 5.5% in the last 24 hours, and we can see 4.5% in the last 24 hours. Okay, let's take a look at the cryptos that are trending. And you can see it's all about Ethereum. You can see Ethereum is trending, Ethereum proof of work is trending, and Ethereum classic is also trending. And let me tell you, they are all falling down even after the merge. We can see ETH has dropped about 8% after the merge, and we can also see excuse me, we can see proof of work dropping so much more because, you know, proof of work is now being moved to proof of stake. So I expect that to happen, and we see it dropping about 70%. And we can now see Ethereum Classic dropping about 6% as well. And all of these are what is trending in the news, in the media, even mainstream are talking about the merge. You understand? So you need to be careful when you're banging your money on it. All right, that's what we can see on the market watch. Let's now check out the chart so we can know, should I buy ETH now? Should I wait? Should I do this? Should I do that? We're going to check that out now. We can see the structure. I told you, whatever that's going on in the market, we're going to see everything on the chart. We see the structure that moved ETH from 875, that was the lowest we have in the recent time, to 2030. And if you remember, I told you that's when you need to take a shot, and since then we've been having the market dropping. Even when we were about to have the merge, we saw it moving up. Then after the merge, the market continued dropping. And if you ask me, is it following the structure? Yes, it's still following the structure, because we can see the apex here. You know, we can see forming we can see like squeeze here, 1 2 3 4 5, and we have the bottom out here. And now we're having a structure that is forming now, but now we're breaking below this structure. So what does that mean? That means if we break below 1,420, I'm going to take a shot, because we're going to see ETH dip more. But should I buy? Should I wait? Yes, we can buy, but let's go to lower time frame so we can see where we can get a perfect or sniper entry, like we used to say in the crypto world. And we can now see we're having a kind of double bottom here, because we can see the circle is kind of completed and is formed another movement, which is 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, and we have 5. Now we have the deep down to mitigate this area, which is 1,446, and I expect ETH to move upward from here. This is what I'm going to be expecting from ETH. This zone, you see this zone, this is where I believe the market should stop, and probably we'll see the market forming structure to pull up, you understand. But if we break below 1,420, we're going to see ETH falling down, and we might see another red C and see correction down to probably below 1,000. Who knows? So you need to be careful and watch out. But let me tell you, let's take a look the lower time frame so we can have the clear picture, because it's all about ETH now. And now we have the spike down, we have this didn't break this, so this becomes this. So now we have this structure here now. So even though you're thinking of you want to buy, you will need to wait for a structure to be formed nicely before you can get into the market. And the structure is not forming right now as I'm talking to you, but later when we drop the let's trade it, maybe we're going to throw more light into the chart, and you're going to understand what's going on. So you need to subscribe, like, and share so you do not miss out on what is going to happen next. But just for peace of mind, pull your short below 1,420, and you can pull your buy after a structure is being formed. Then we're going to take the trade from there. But in the long run, where do you need to put your buy is above 1,650 for peace of mind. But in a short period where the market is moving, we're still expecting a structure to form. When the structure has been formed, then we can have a clear picture of where we should place our buy, and we're going to see market skyrocketing from there. So let's check the king out. Who is the king? BTC. You know, Bitcoin right now is trading at 19,754 as I'm talking to you. And I remember yesterday we saw a structure for me, and I was thinking the structure should now push Bitcoin back, but I knew the mitigation wasn't done yet, because if you check my video, I told you I'm expecting the market to come down to 19,400 and 19,000 zone to mitigate the other block we have there before we see the market continue going up. And now at yesterday, I saw the market at around 2,500, and I was thinking put your buy above 2,500 and put your sell below 19,000 thereabout. We can see the market fails to break the 2,500, but I took the trade around 19,900, because I knew there's a tiny order block there, which is this thing you're seeing right here, and I was hoping maybe we'll see a structure being formed as 1, 2, 3, but unfortunately it hit my stop loss, and that's why I tell you, when you're trading, you need to use a risk reward. And you can see if you take a trade from here down to where you put your stop loss is just about 300 points. So even though you're trading 0.10, you will just lose maybe $30 or $300, and that is safe, because you need to be careful when you're trading. You need to use your risk reward. So now we're waiting for Bitcoin to break this zone, because if Bitcoin should break this zone, we expect to now see the movement upward. But now we're just seeing the ranging between 19,945 and 19,588. That's where we're seeing. So now if we break more down, it's still fine, but where we need to place our buy now with the structure that I've shown out to us is above 20k, and I believe we're going to see a structure form before we break that point. And if we continue coming down, we'll wait and see where it's going to bottom out. We'll wait for another structure to form, then we buy. You don't need to rush. Like I tell you, crypto or trading is not a get rich quick scheme. You need to know it, have the knowledge, and you need to work on so many things before you can start making money in the industry. So Bitcoin is here at 19,750, below 20k. Is it going to dip to 10,000 now? I don't think so. I think we're just going to mitigate this area. If you see it, we're just going to mitigate this area, which is this 19,400 and 19,000 zone. I think we're going to mitigate this area, and we'll see the market move back up. I can tell you it will become a clear short, like it's going to dip if we only break this area. If we fail to break this area, I can categorically tell you that Bitcoin is going to move upward. But you don't need to jump into the market now. We need to wait for the structure to be formed, then we place our buy. No, so right now the structure is not formed here, just like ETH. Just stick to the channel, so when we drop the let's trade it, you can have the clear understanding of where the market is moving. You get what I'm trying to say? So now Bitcoin is trading at 19,700, and we're watching on how the structure is going to break above 19,945. Anything above 19,945, we can place our buy. And don't forget to use your risk reward, because that is very, very important. So that's that on Bitcoin. And we don't have any altcoin making the headlines like that to talk about. We only know Terra Luna is the one they've been firing shot at. So let's quickly check what Luna is up to. I'm talking about the new Luna USD. We can see Luna USD is still 0.00, and I think we are still seeing the same thing. You see, we are still seeing the same thing. Luna is just battling with it. Now we all know with the news coming, you can even see what I draw here. I draw it that it will dip down, and it will definitely dip down, because on this channel we'll tell you what we research, what we've get used to, and we'll bring it to your view immediately. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all this piece of information immediately as we drop in it to your view. And you can see the subscriber is growing significantly. I can't even believe it. That shows the good work we've been doing, and thanks to all our subscribers, all our viewers that keeps us going, and we promise to continue bringing the good value, good information, and first class chart analysis, fundamental news, market watch, and a lot of this to your view every day on this channel. So subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. But we're not going to end the show without checking the sentiment out, which is the fear and greed, and you can see is now extreme fear. We were extreme fear some time ago, went to fear, back to extreme fear. That means we move, we come to retest, then we're going to see the market move forward. But if we're not able to hold that retest zone and we break it down, we know we're still going to see the short, then we can take some short and make money together. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a beautiful day, you know, and it's been a beautiful journey since we started the show. And I want to say thanks to all our viewers, thanks to all our subscribers, and we'll keep doing more of it. And we can see all the comments, we can see all the requests, we can see all what you guys want us to do, and we'll be bringing all those things to your view very soon. So I still remain myself, Ahmed Oladmeji Kazeem, till I catch you tomorrow on the weekly wrap, on the exclusive show of the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show. Stay out of trouble, bag more crypto, do your own research, not financial advice. Be careful out there. A lot of noise bubbles are in the market and you might get confused. So stick to a channel like this where we bring, dissect, analyze everything to you, and you have a clear understanding of it. Till I catch you tomorrow, stay safe and peace out.